Hello students, this is class 5 I am taking, and the new topic we are going to learn today is India and its neighboring countries. Students, all of us know by this time we have learned about the location of India on the world map, correct? India is located in one of the largest continent of the world, that is Asia, and it lies almost in the central part of Asia. India is called as a subcontinent because it's a part of major continent, that is Asia, and also it is referred to as peninsula. Peninsula because it is surrounded on all three sides towards the south by major water bodies, and towards the northern part it is bounded. We share our boundaries with our neighboring countries as the land part of the Asia continent. We share our land with the neighboring countries and they are surrounding us towards the northern part of India. So today we shall be learning about our closest neighboring countries which share landmarks or land borders or land boundaries with us, as well as there are some neighboring countries which are connected with us by sharing the water bodies also. So we are going to learn in detail about our neighboring countries. So this is on the screen. You can see how the map showing the location of India, that is the globe where India you can see highlighted. This is map of Asia, and you can see here map of India and its neighboring countries as the part of biggest continent. Here again I have shown the location of India. Okay, so our neighboring countries, altogether we have 7 closest neighboring countries. Now, as a part of big continent, students, all of us know, we belong to the southern part of Asia. Okay, and our closest neighbors, with whom we share the closest boundaries of land masses or maybe connecting them with the water bodies, are the 7 countries. Although in Asia we live as one continent, although we share boundaries with our neighboring countries or with our neighbors, okay, although other countries which are neighboring our own country India share different historical background, different traditions, different culture, different type of background. Maybe it is political issues we may have, or we may have economical background to share. Although we have different cultures, but still as neighboring countries and as one particular continent, we live in harmony. Okay, that is the most important thing of our country India and as a part of big landmass, that is Asia. So before we begin actually talking about each country in detail, let's see which are our closest neighboring countries. So on the screen you can see here, as a country India, we have our capital located in Delhi, that is our country's capital. You can see on the screen how we are sharing towards the south the major water bodies surrounding us, and towards the northern part you can see we have the landmass or boundaries, political boundaries, which are our closest, we share with our closest neighbors, right? So towards the west, northwest part of India, we have the closest country, okay, that is our neighboring country is Pakistan. Okay, now that other country beyond Pakistan is Afghanistan. Although it is the closest neighbor towards the western part of Pakistan, it continues towards the northern part. You can see here. Here you can see Pakistan towards the west of Pakistan. There is another country that is the closest neighbor of Pakistan, which shares the border with that is Afghanistan. Now Afghanistan continues towards northern part of India, and we share very little border with this country, Afghanistan. Okay, and it is in Jammu and Kashmir. So Afghanistan also is our closest neighboring country. Now coming back to the eastern margin of India, we have the huge China, which shares the very long border with us. Okay, that is China. Then as we move towards the eastern part, we share the land with Nepal, that is another closest neighboring country to India. Next we have Bhutan. Next we have Bangladesh and Myanmar, towards which we share our borders from the eastern margin of India. That is a land of 7 sisters, all the 7 states belonging to eastern part of India, sharing bound borders with the neighboring countries like China, Nepal, Bhutan, Bangladesh and Myanmar. Now when we come down towards the southern part of India, although we are surrounded by major water bodies like from west we have Arabian Sea, towards east we have Bay of Bengal, but from south we have the closest neighbor. Okay, that is the neighboring country is Sri Lanka, and we are connected to Sri Lanka by Park Strait. Okay, there is a connecting line through the sea, that is we are connecting with Sri Lanka. That becomes our closest neighbor towards the southern part of India. And then again we have the island group, that is Maldives, which is a country which is close to India also. So students, now let's begin. Okay, let's learn something about our neighboring countries, their political boundaries, their neighbors, their what type of culture they have, what type of people live, what religion they follow, what is their economical background. Let's know about all this. So let's begin with our closest neighbor who is sharing boundary with us, that is towards the northwest, is the Pakistan. Now, this is a very close land. Again, Pakistan got their independence again after we got our independence from the Britishers, that is in 1947. Before that, it was part of India. So now it has been separated from India from 1947 onwards, and it has its own government, and it's an independent country itself. Okay, Pakistan. So this is the location of Pakistan, and with Pakistan we share very close contact with the states like Rajasthan, Gujarat, part of Gujarat, Rajasthan. Then we have closest boundary with Pakistan, Punjab and Jammu and Kashmir. These are the states of India which share boundary or international border with the Pakistan. And there is no actually a sharp boundary drawn between Pakistan and India, because most of the part is coming under the Thar Desert. It is in continuation from India towards Pakistan. Then we have the huge Himalayan range, as we all know, which remains in the frozen state in the winter season, especially most time of the year. And like Jammu and Kashmir, that comes under the, we share the international border with Pakistan. Okay, so in Pakistan, let's see the political divisions of Pakistan. Okay, if you look at Pakistan as a country, you can see Pakistan's neighbor towards the west. It is surrounded, or it is sharing its international border with another country, Iran. Then towards the west is Afghanistan. Towards the north, it's part of China, and towards its eastern side, it's our country, that is India. Okay, you can see the picture of Pakistan here, the political divisions of Pakistan I have given. Okay, so Afghanistan, Iran, Afghanistan, then it is sharing marginal border with China, and this side it is India towards the east. You can see the political divisions of Pakistan. There are a number of states, and its capital is Islamabad. You can see on the screen the location of Islamabad I have shown here. Okay, and for your general knowledge, Karachi is the largest city of Pakistan. Okay, it's the very well-developed city where they have most of the administrative part of functioning body located in this particular largest city. Okay, so this is the map. Now, official name of Pakistan, although we refer it as Pakistan, it is Islamic Jamhuriya or e-Pakistan. Languages spoken, official language of course is Urdu, because they follow Muslim, it's a majority of the religion practice is Islamic country, it is most of the population. Okay, so English, the next languages which are spoken besides Urdu is English, Punjabi, Sindhi, Pashto and Baluchi. The currency which is used by the people, okay, of Pakistan is Pakistani rupee, or it is called rupiah. Okay. Now this is the flag of Pakistan, as we all know, because they are our closest neighbors. This is the flag of Pakistan. Okay, here on the screen, religions, 90% of the population of Pakistan, they practice Islam, that is 96% are Muslims and 4% other religions, including Christianity is also practiced, Hinduism is also practiced. Official language is Urdu, I said about, and it is the 5th most populous country of the world. That's more important. Physical features of Pakistan, like we have in India different types of landforms. Pakistan, all because the major landform in Pakistan, because it is our closest neighbor from northwest border. So it is the great mountain wall of India, that is Himalayas, extend into northwest region of Pakistan. So like Himalayas, they also have the large big mountains there. And this is the picture, the major rivers flowing, it is in continuation, they flow through India, that is the Indus River, a very big river, or the long river, then Chenab River, Chenab River. You can see the picture how from Pakistan these rivers continue in India as the tributaries. Okay, these are the physical features of Pakistan. Important mountains, as I said, you can see here the mountain belt of Himalayas. It is extending in Pakistan also. So important mountains, it is the part of Himalayas extension. These are mountain ranges. Okay, it is similar to Himalayas because it is part of Himalayas. Then, a world's highest mountain peak, we have already learned that it is in India, that is Mount Everest. Right? The second highest peak, mountain peak of the world, that is Mount K2, or other name for Mount K2 is Mount Godwin Austen. Okay, it belongs to Pakistan. Okay, it belongs to that range of Himalayas where it comes in the border in the Pakistan land. So this is the picture of the Mount K2. You can see on the screen, and location is here. Okay, so we are into the Pakistan, land of Pakistan belonging to the Himalayan range. So there is, and as I said, there is no sharp boundary between India and Pakistan. There is something called POK, Pakistan Occupied Kashmir, that is the continuation of the Himalayan range down into, it extends at the lower part of Himalayas. Now, the next neighboring country after Pakistan is Nepal. Now, as we move from northern side, okay, as I said, Afghanistan is also our closest neighbor. We share only 106 kilometers of the length of the boundary with us. Okay, the next major country which is bounded, or we share the international border with the country is Nepal. Official name, Federal Democratic Republic of Nepal. That is how officially it is. Globally it is known as this country. You can see here the map of Nepal, and Nepal is completely, it is called landlocked country. Landlocked meaning when a region or a piece of land, when it is surrounded on all sides by land itself, there is no major water body surrounding it, like India is called as peninsula, because on all three sides down we are surrounded by major water bodies. So it is not for, as India, it is not for Nepal. There are no major water bodies, so it is called landlocked country. As you can see on the screen, the map of Nepal and its neighboring countries. Again, we have China, India sharing border with it. Okay, this is the map of Nepal. Map of Nepal, again I have shown here, showing its neighboring countries, and on the bigger screen with India, it is sharing its border here. Okay, so many states share boundary with Nepal, like Bihar, we have Uttarakhand, Sikkim, and the part of the northeast states. Okay, so these are the part of Indian states which share boundary with Nepal. So this is how the map of Nepal is. The flag of Nepal, you can see on the screen how it looks like. This is the currency. They call it as Nepali rupees. Okay. See the currency, how it looks like. This is Kathmandu, is the capital, which is the commercial city also of Nepal. It has great historical background, Kathmandu, and also great architecture. Okay, so you can see in the picture the architecture or the structures which are pretty prominent structures which you will find in Kathmandu, this important city of Nepal. It is mainly in the Himalayan, like it is in, because we are into the state in northern mountain band, it is Himalayas, so it is mainly in the Himalayas, but also includes parts of Indo-Gangetic plain. So it has also the rivers, many rivers which drain to these countries, also bringing a lot of silt along with it and making the fertile plains. So it is Indo-Gangetic plains made of the basins of Ganga river. It is in continuation with Nepal. It is the 49th largest country by population and 93rd largest country by area in the world. Okay, it is landlocked, as I said, and it shares border with China, India, and towards the east and west by Bangladesh. That is another neighbor of ours. Okay, and it is also having little sharing the boundary with Bhutan. And because of the diverse geography, including fertile plains or subplains and forested hills, it has also the world's tallest mountains located in it. Besides Everest or Mount K2, also it has the huge mountain range. And the highest point on the earth, that is the Mount Everest on the border of this India and Nepal. Kathmandu is the capital and the largest city, and Nepal is a multi-ethnic country with Nepali as its official language. So religions practiced by the people of Nepal, it is since from the Vedic period of Indian subcontinent era in ancient India, when Hinduism was founded, predominant religion of the country. In the middle of the first millennium, Gautam Buddha, the founder of Buddhism, was born in Lumbini in southern part of Nepal. This is very, very important. So it is the country where the Buddhism began, okay, in the earlier eras. So the centrally located Kathmandu Valley is intertwined with the culture of Indo-Aryans and was the seat of the prosperous Nepal Confederacy known as Nepal Mandala. This is how it was ruled by the people, and they practiced mostly Buddhism there. So this is a picture. Also there is Hindu population again. There are different types of people following different religion too, but Buddhism is the major religion. This is a picture depicting different people practicing different religions over there. This is how people of Nepal, they do their clothing, their living, their lifestyle. Okay, this is how they celebrate their festivals, or they represent their country worldwide. So, being the part of Himalayas, the Himalayan branch of the ancient Silk Road was dominated by the Valley's traders, because Nepalis usually were the traders. They move across, especially in Tibet, from Tibet, in India, China, neighboring countries, they used to do that trade. So they used to follow, or there were no proper routes during that time, ancient times. So they used to properly follow the routes through the valley, okay, by constructing their own routes, and they referred the major, that is the route which they followed for trading, is called the Silk Road by the valley traders. And the cosmopolitan region developed distinct traditional art and architecture, as I said. You can see here the art and architecture of these ancient people from Nepal. By the 18th century, the Gorkha kingdom achieved the unification of Nepal, and Shah dynasty established the kingdom of Nepal, and later formed alliance with the British Empire under its Rana dynasty. This is brief history about Nepal. This is the food of Nepal, what people consume. Okay, the food, as they have the best fertile lands also belonging to this region. And these are few mountain ranges, like it is in continuation with the Himalayas also there. So they also have the part of Himalayas, high peak mountains covered with snow. And this is all about the location of the mountains on the map I have shown. This is the map of Nepal, showing different high mountain peaks of Nepal. Okay. So these are the rivers which drain through this country. It has good network of rivers like India, bringing a lot of fertile soil and making the land very fertile. You can see the course of the river and the rivers originating from different parts of Nepal. So this is all for the day, students. Next class we will continue with the next neighboring countries, that is bound with India,